Good evening, guys. Just give me a heads up if you are able to hear me. Good evening, guys. Am I audible and am I visible? Just let me know if I'm audible and visible. Okay. So as we had discussed, today we are going to discuss the arrest portion of Partnership Act. In the last class, we had done the first part of the Partnership Act, which was still implied authority. Today, we are going to do reconstitution and also the dissolution part. One more thing, I have also one day we'll keep a session of how to write direct answers because that also becomes a little confusing for the students. That I've practiced so much of practical answers, but I honestly don't have any clue about how to write a direct answer. So that also we'll do one day. So this today I'll try and see if this is possible to send this file with the answers written. I'll send it in the groups. Okay. So coming back again to our session for the day, as I told you, we are going to do the part two of the partnership. That is, we are going to do all the topics relating to admission, retirement, death, dissolution of firm, and dissolution of partnership. Mostly dissolution of partnerships. There are a lot of questions. Yes, dissolution of firm. Okay, not that many. Now, good evening, guys, good evening. Also, I have taken up the questions that were there in the September exam so that we at least, what do you say, don't miss out on those questions. So, I have taken up those two questions also, which were there from these topics. So, guys, can we start? You know the rule. Be reading. I'll be telling the answer, but along with that, I also want you guys to give me the answers. What provisions will come here? There was a specific reason I had taken up this question because if you get a question like this, there is how am I supposed to write this answer? If you get a question like this, that is what I want to discuss. Messrs. XYZ and Associate, a partnership firm with XYZ as senior partners, were engaged in the business of carpet manufacturing and exporting to foreign countries. On 25th August, they inducted Mr. G, that is, they admitted Mr. G, an expert in the field of carpet manufacturing, as their partner. On 10 Jan, Mr. G was blamed for unauthorized activities. He was blamed for unauthorized activities and thus expelled from the partnership by the united approval of the rest of the partners. Now, we know expulsion has to be most importantly in good faith. This question is about expulsion only, right? And we know expulsion has to be in good faith. And before that, obviously, there are three more points for expulsion. Expulsion has to be in good faith. And for expulsion, good faith, we have 3 points. The first point was partnership interest. Since the question says he was engaged in unauthorized activities, that means it's very evident that it is, expulsion. or expelling a partner is necessary here because he's been doing things which might be against the interest of partnership. So this is clear. But they have not told us whether whether he was served with a notice or not, and whether he was given an opportunity of being heard or not. Nothing is given here. Examine whether action by the partners was justified or not. Good faith ka one point I can see interest of partnership because he was engaged in unauthorized activities. I can see interest of partnership first. Second, they did not say anything about notice or opportunity of being heard. But I cannot say expulsion is not valid because the question doesn't say anything. But I cannot even say expulsion is valid because the question doesn't say anything about it. So what is the best way to answer this question? So first let us talk about the provision and then we will talk about what is the best way to write the answer. As per the provisions of Partnership Act 1932, correct? Few of you, I see you put a full stop. Few of you go to the next line. Few of you would be like, expulsion means this provision relates to expulsion. No. First of all, after 1932, there should be a comma. It is not a complete sentence. And you don't have to write expulsion means, expulsion is this, we can expel. No, directly start with the provisions of expulsion. A partner may be expelled from the firm if the expulsion is with the consent of majority. Second, acha, here I made a mistake. What mistake I made? See, my question here is 1, 2. Now, if I write here 1, 2, see, the question here is 1, 2. If I write here 1, 2, the examiner will be confused whether I'm writing the answer for this or am I writing the provision. So actually the best way to write is not 1, 2 here. I can use any other but not 1, 2. So let's go for 1, 2 in this way. Right? Second, the expulsion is with the consent of majority first. Good evening, Ravindra. First, the second is the power of expulsion is contained in the agreement, and the third one, the expulsion is in good faith. Can I write only this much or should I write also the provisions of good faith? I should write the provisions of good faith. Expulsion is said to be in good faith if point A, please write full sentences. In class notes, we write only the keywords. You cannot write the keywords here only. You have to write full sentences. The expulsion is in the interest of partnership. Correct? Second, partner to be expelled is served with a notice. Third, the partner to be expelled is given an opportunity of being heard, right? If the expulsion is not in good faith, the expulsion is null and void. Right? Second paragraph, you just write in the above case, G was introduced as a partner. He was later found blamed for unauthorized activities. Since he was engaged in unauthorized activities, it is in the interest of partnership to expel him. Third paragraph, therefore. Now, how will I write the conclusion here? Because the problem is, I don't know notice was given or not. If I write a yes also, it's not wrong. If I write a yes also, it's not absolutely correct. If I write no also, it's not absolutely correct. So how should I write? Whether the actions of the partners is justified or not. Therefore, the action of the partners is justified. Because, ma'am, how can you say it's justified? Because I told you he's engaged in unauthorized activities. So obviously it is in the interest of partnership that we should expel him. So it is justified provided he was served with a notice and given an opportunity of being heard, right? What should have the factors to be kept in mind prior to expelling a partner from the firm? The factors to be kept in mind prior expelling a partner are. Now you can either write A, B, C, that is all the 3 points of good faith, or you can just write R as stated above. Just take 2 minutes and write, that's better. I hope it's clear to all of you. Yes? Today the zeal to answer is gone. The last day everyone was with so much of zeal, you were answering, you were doing everything. Today, no zeal to answer. Huh? If you are sitting here in that class, you should be answering, no, isn't it? You should be answering, isn't it? Can I move forward to the next one? Namaste, namaste. Please answer, DJ. Namaste, but please give answers. Moving on to the next one. Mr. M is one of the partners, one of the 4 partners of Messrs. XY Enterprises. He owes a sum of 6 crore to his friend Mr. Z, which he is unable to pay on due time. So he wants to sell his share in the firm to Mr. Z for settling the account. In the light of the provision, can Mr. M validly transfer his interest in the firm by way of sale? Tell me, can he do that? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Tell me, what is the answer? Tell me, what is the answer, guys? Can he validly transfer his interest in the firm by way of sale? Tell me. Yes, he can. Okay. What would be the rights of the transferee in case Mr. wants to retire from the firm after a period of 6 months from the date of transfer? So, let us understand here. Okay? Let us understand here. They are talking about transfer. So, we have to write, our answer has to be based on transfer of shares, right? As per the provisions of Partnership Act 1932, a partner may transfer his shares in partnership either with the consent of all or by express agreement. the transferee to whom the share of partner is transferred shall not have any right to interfere with the business of the firm, nor can he check, inspect. Again, see, I'm making a mistake here. One correct. So here I cannot write 1, 2. Here I should write what? Maybe A or B. Nor can he check, inspect, or copy the accounts of the firm. However, such transferee shall have a right to his share of profits, right? So, in the can Mr. M validly transfer his interest? Therefore, first, Mr. M can validly transfer his share to Mr. Z. On dissolution, the transferee shall have a right to his, because the partner is retiring, so the transferee share is also gone because it's retiring. So because that is considered as what? Dissolution as far as he is concerned. So have a right to his share of profits and property. B, to, I am hoping that you all are also writing along with me. You're not just sitting there idly. To determine his share, he will be given a statement of affairs as on that day. Right? I hope it's clear to all of you. Yes? So this one now, this question I want you to answer because 2 questions I've done. Very cozily you're sitting there, aram se, read this question, tell me the answer and then we will discuss it. Okay, so let's read the question. M, N, and P were partners in a firm. The firm ordered JR Limited to supply the furniture. P dies and M and N continue the business in the firm's name. The firm did not give any notice about P's death to the public. Okay. Do I have to give notice of death? In case of death, no notice is needed. Correct or not? In case of death, no notice is needed. Ah, taken. Or to the persons dealing with the firm. So I don't have to give notice. The furniture was delivered to the firm after P's death. Since it was delivered after the death of the partner, is he liable? Is his estate liable? No, because the order was only placed. The liability never arose. And the estate is liable only for the liabilities which has already arisen. The fact about his death was known to them at the time of delivery. Was known to them at the time of delivery. Afterwards, the firm becomes insolvent and failed to pay the price of furniture. Explain whether P's private estate. No. P's private estate is not liable. So let's just start the question. We'll go into the second question. Acha, let's see the second question also. Whether does it make any difference if JR supplied to the firm believing that doesn't make any difference whether they believed or not. The fact that no, the answer would still be the same. It makes no difference. The fact that the fact that the partner is dead, I don't have to give any notice. Whether you know or you don't know, the fact he is dead, he is no longer liable. Yes, no difference. Correct. Shweta, did you get why the answer is no and not yes in the second case? As per the provisions of Partnership Act 1932, when a partner of a firm is dead, he ceases to be a partner of the firm. And on death of a firm, on death of a partner, here they are talking about two things. One is notice, right? And one is liability of the dead partner. So that is two things we have to write about in the provision, right? Two things they are talking about. One is death of the partner and one is notice. So that are the two things we have to talk. You cannot write first notice. First you should talk about death. Like every answer should have a sequence. There should be a sequence. You cannot just randomly write, "Arey, ye do provision है, कहीं पे लिख दिया." नहीं. "Arey, I forgot, let me add it here." No. You should be very clear what the answer is, what the provision is. So, on the death of a partner, okay, on the death of a partner, the estate of the deceased partner shall be liable for the acts of the firm before his death, right? Before his death. In case of death, no notice has to be given to the public. In such a case, even if the third party does not have knowledge of death of a partner, he cannot recover from the estate of the deceased partner. Correct? Therefore, whether P's private estate is liable for the price of furniture purchased. Therefore, P's estate is not liable for the furniture purchased. Why? as the liability did not exist at the time of death of B. Whether it makes any difference if JR supplied the furniture to the firm believing it all the three. Second, the answer would, or we can write like this, it would not make any difference even if JR Limited contracted believing that the all the partners are alive, as in case of death of partner no notice has to be given and third party cannot recover anything from the partner's estate irrespective of whether they have knowledge of his death or not. Okay? I hope this is clear to all of you. Yes? Okay, this was September exam question. वैसे तो I can give you the answer, but I want you to give me the answer, guys. Chalo, I want you to give me the answers. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I hope it's visible now. Please give me the answer to this question, guys. I've just, you now it will be visible. Guys, such an easy question. You cannot take so long to crack 3 marks ka question. Huh? What is the answer, guys? Be a little more energetic, guys. Like such a like ekdam mare se ho. Everything okay with you all? Too much of pressure? So you are saying the claim is valid. Suman having 10% share in the property of 200 lakh. Okay. Property of 200 lakh of a firm retires from the firm on 31st March. The firm continues with the business thereafter without final settlement of accounts between the existing and retired partner and earn profits of 10 lakh during the financial year ending. Suman, in her own interest and in the absence of any provisions, claimed 3 lakh. She's claiming 3 lakh. Okay. Okay. So after the accounts are and they are saying what is her share? She has 10% share in the property of 200 lakh. And there is no contract between the partners contrary to the provision of the act in this regard. So basically here they have told that she has 10% share, correct? They have told that she has 10% share in the property of 200 lakh and they have earned a profit of 10 lakh. Now Suman in her own and during the financial year, and they have not settled her accounts. So basically they are talking about retirement and what happens in case after retirement the accounts are not settled, correct? So Suman in her own interest and in the absence of any provisions of partnership claimed 3 lakh rupees. She claimed 3 lakh rupees. So basically here she has 10% of the shares, that means 20 lakh. She can either claim interest at the rate of 6% on 20 lakh or she can claim on that 10 lakh ka. She can claim 1 lakh profit. What is 6% of 20 lakh? 20 lakh ka 1% would be 2 lakh is 10%, no? 1 lakh is, it will be something 1 point some lakh would be there. How much is it? 6% of 20 lakh would be how much? 1 lakh 20,000, correct? 1 lakh 20,000. So she can actually claim 1 lakh 20,000 or 1 lakh. She's trying to claim 3 lakh. Can she claim 3 lakh? No. As per the provisions of Partnership Act 1932, when a partner retires from the firm, he shall have a right to get his share of profits and property. If the firm continues its business without settling his accounts, he shall have a right to claim subsequent profit or his share will be treated as a loan and he shall have a right to claim interest on loan at the rate of 6%. Correct? This is the provision. So, what is the examine the validity of the amount of claim? Therefore, Suman's claim of 3 lakh is not valid. She can claim her share of profit, her share of subsequent profit, which would be 1 lakh, or she can claim interest on her property, which would be 1,20,000, right? Can we move to the next one? Can we move to the next one, guys? On admission as a new partner, Amar agreed to be liable for the existing debts referred to as old debts of the firm by an agreement signed by all the partners, including Amar. Examine whether Amar will be liable in a suit filed by the creditor against the firm and all these. They are not asking Amar's liability towards the existing partner. They are asking Amar's liability to the creditor. This means against the firm and all the creditors. That means the creditor has sued the firm and the existing partners for recovery of the old debts. Okay, I have a question here. Please tell me, how much can Amar recover? Tell me. I'm so sorry. Is Amar liable to the creditors? Tell me. Tell me, is Amar liable to the creditors? Quickly tell me, please. Is Amar liable to the creditors? Hello. Is Amar liable to the creditors? We had discussed the same example in the class, if you remember. Amar agreed with his old partners that I will be liable. Amar agreed with his old partners that I will be liable for the old debts, correct or not? But is there any contract between Amar and the creditor? No. But ma'am, he agreed. He agreed to be liable to his old partners. Here there are two contracts. One is between Amar and the old partners, and one is between the old partners and the creditors. In the contract of Amar and old partners, he agreed to be liable for the old debt. But the creditor is a third party to this contract. Privity of contract, if you remember. Creditor cannot directly go and sue Amar. Can the creditor go and sue the old partners? Yes. Can the old partners recover Amar's share from him? Yes. But creditor cannot directly go and sue Amar. So, as per the provisions of Partnership Act 1932, when a new partner joins the firm, he shall be liable for the acts of the firm from the day he joins the firm. Correct? Such partner may have an agreement with his other partners to be liable from a prior date. However, the mere fact that a partner is liable from a prior date does not give the third party any right to sue him. Right? Clear, all of you? So the question is, examine whether Amar will be liable. Therefore, Amar will not be liable to the creditors in a suit filed by them against the firm and old partner. Clear? Yes? So moving on to the last question. Okay, I'm here. I want you to give me the answer. Read it quickly and give me the answer, guys. Read it quickly and give me the answer, guys, to this. Messrs. XYZ and Company is a partnership firm. The firm is an unregistered firm. The firm has purchased some iron rods from another partnership firm, Messrs. LMN and Company, which is also an unregistered firm. Messrs. XYZ could not pay the price within the time. Messrs. LMN and Company has filed a suit against Messrs. XYZ and Company. So here, state whether, see, you have to remember here, the one who is filing the case. Messrs. LMN and Company is file a case against Messrs. XYZ and Company, correct? Who needs to be registered? Who needs to be registered? Who needs to be registered? The one who is filing the case needs to be registered. Whether Messrs. LMN and Company can file the suit against Messrs. XYZ? No, because both are unregistered. What would be your answer if XYZ is registered while LMN is not registered? Still not valid because LMN has to be registered. What would be your answer in case Messrs. XYZ and Company is unregistered while it is registered? Then the suit is valid. Yes. So, as per the provisions, whatever 1932, an unregistered firm cannot file a suit against a third party. You can even start like this. An unregistered firm faces some disqualifications where one of the disabilities is an unregistered firm cannot file a suit against a third party. However, non-registration of the firm does not affect the rights of a third party to sue the firm. So, even if the firm is unregistered, the third party can still sue the firm, right? Therefore, point 1. Messrs. LMN cannot file a suit against Messrs. It's XYZ only, no? Messrs. XYZ and Company as Messrs. LMN and Company is an unregistered firm. Second, if Messrs. XYZ and Company is registered, Messrs. LMN and Company still cannot file a suit against Messrs. XYZ and Company as Messrs. LMN and Company is unregistered. Correct? Third, if Messrs. LMN and Company is registered, it can file a suit against Messrs. XYZ and Company. Okay? With this, we are done with today's session. We have covered up, I think, almost all of the topics I have tried to cover in this. Okay? And with this, we are done with it. So, in the next session, I'll see you with Companies Act. Till then, keep studying and happy learning and stay motivated, guys. Any doubts, anything, we are there for you. Please keep practicing writing your answers. Thank you so much. If anyone has anything that you need to ask. Chalo, theek, I'll tomorrow 2 marks. I did not. Actually, this was a 2 marks question only. This question was actually a 2 marks question, this Amarwala case. So how will you write in that case? Instead of writing the 3 paragraph, you can also write Amar will not be liable to the creditors in a suit filed by them against the firm and all the other partners. When a partner joins the firm, he is liable from the day he joins the firm. Even if he agrees to be liable from a prior date, the third party don't have any right to sue him. Here, even though Amar agreed to be liable from a prior date with his other partners, the creditors cannot file a case against him. So if it is a 2-marker answer, this is how you will write it. Next session will probably be tomorrow only, and it will be Companies Act. Okay? So tomorrow we are going to do Companies Act questions. Mostly it will be tomorrow only. Okay? If you have any specific topic that you want me to write an answer on, you can actually just drop a message. I'll make sure that I add a question from that topic also. Okay? Bye bye. Good night, guys. Bye 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 bye.